this starting scope and ending scope. What is this? Starting scope, and this one is what? Ending scope. Getting? Starting and ending scope. Okay, now observe here. Do I give any name for this block? No. One thing, observe here. What is this? Public void M1 method. What is this one? Starting scope, ending scope. Okay, getting? Starting and ending scopes. This one is what? A method name. Getting? This thing represents always implementation area. Getting? If you want to write any instructions or if you want to perform any activities within the scopes only you have to perform. For this implementation area you are having a name. What is that name here? M1 name, and this is the syntax. There should be collectives for that particular method. Getting? Or a function. Getting? Now observe here. This method is having the return type. Getting? Here this method doesn't return anything, so that's why void. And of course take it out, this one public, no need to discuss about this, we are having knowledge about that one. Okay, now do I mention any return type and any method name and collectives here? No, I didn't mention any return type, method name, collectives. Do this block have any name? Like here this implementation area or block is having the name called M1. But here do this block have any name? No, that's why nameless, anonymous block. Getting? Anonymous block. And observe, this is also a block, this is also a block, which indicates this one is what? Implementation area, guys. This is also what? Implementation area or a block. Getting? Method is also a block itself. Wherever you see these scopes, getting? Scopes, and if you are not seeing any class keyword, then it indicates a block. Getting? Now observe. Okay, this is what? An anonymous block or an anonymous method. Getting? Anonymous method. Observe here. Okay, observe. Now come to this part. Which type of method here? Whether it is static type or instance type. Observe here. Now there is a class called B. Okay, now static int a equals to -9. This a is a variable of data type primitive int, and which type variable it is? Static type variable. Getting? Now why static type variable? Because of the static modifier. Okay, if static itself not there. Getting? Now which type category variable it is? Instance category variable. A is a variable of data type int. Of which type? Instance data type, because no static here. Okay, now observe here. Okay, now no static here. Did I mention anywhere static? No. So it is what? An anonymous method of type what, guys? Instance. Getting? Of type instance. Now observe this part. Okay, now observe this part. Okay, observe this part. I will use this one there to differentiate difference between abstract class interface. Here we are getting, I am giving the prerequisite to that one. Okay, understand? Okay, now understand. Okay, now do we have any return type method name here? No. And do we have any collectives? Nothing. So this is also what? a static, of course, observe here. First block is there, right? Yes. It indicates what? A method. A block or implementation area. Getting? Now, can I call this one as anonymous method? Yes. Yes. We can call this one as what? Anonymous block or method. Getting? Anonymous block or method. Getting, guys? Anonymous block or method. Of which type? We are having static, so I can tell confidently it is a static anonymous method or a static anonymous block. Getting? Block. Getting? Nameless method which indicates scope, and it is static method. Getting? Static type. Nameless method which is instance type, indicates some block or an area. Getting? Or an area. Observe here, okay? These two things, okay? These two things. I will use that one, okay? Observe. This is the prerequisite. Now come to that point, okay? Now observe. By default, all the variables within interface are what? Public, static, final, right? Yes or no? Yes. To provide some extra features, Sun Microsystem making a particular variable within interface as public, static, final. Okay. Now observe this part. Okay. Observe this part. I just want only these two modifiers. If a variable is static, observe here. If a variable is static, let me take here itself. Okay. Class A. Okay. Class A. Static int I. Okay. Now observe this one carefully and let me know. Okay. Observe this one carefully. Okay. Observe this one. Did I perform any initialization with to the variable? Initialization means assignment operator must be there with the corresponding literal. Did I perform any initialization here? No. But if I access, access means what? Printing. Okay, with respect to the variables, access means what? Printing. Now what will be the output for this code? Simply 0. Reading? 0. Did I perform any initialization here like I equals to 0? No, I didn't do. Who is performing that initialization? Our JVM internally do that particular initialization. Okay. Now observe here. If I make this static int I variable as final, then if I do access, no initialization, here will I get the output as 0? Absolutely no. JVM will not provide any initialization to this static final variable even with default values. I don't provide any initialization. Okay, it will intimate to us through compile time error as what? Variable I might not have been initialized. That will be the answer. Okay, you have to initialization to this variable, mister. Please do that one if you are accessing, or if you don't access also, I am not responsible to perform initialization. You have to do that one. Okay, now observe this one. So here static final, static or static final, anything same. Okay, now observe here how to avoid this compile time error means a simple thing. Okay, simple thing. Observe, I will use whatever exist overboard. Okay, no need to even mug up anything. Okay, observe, this is the concept. Okay, you will not forget this in your life. Okay, observe. Now this is final static variable. These static variables, getting static variables will get create at static control flow execution. What is static control flow execution? Static variables will create at static control flow execution. What is static control flow means? Simple. Observe here. Observe what is that means. Static block execution. Static block execution. This thing is also called as internally dot class file loading. When they will destroy, of course, no need to go for that one. Okay, just this one enough to understand this point. Okay, sure, interview question they'll ask, I'm sure. Okay, definitely they'll put these questions if you go for any broad based companies. Okay, now observe here. Okay, now this is also what? A block, static anonymous block, getting static block. We can do spell this one as what? Static block. Static anonymous block or static block, both are same. Okay, now observe this one. Now when these static variables will get created at the time of static control flow execution or static block execution or else dot class file loading. So these variables, static final variables, must be initialized, before class before dot class file loading, before dot class file loading completes, before dot class file loading completes. Otherwise before static control flow execution completes. Otherwise, or what is that? Otherwise, what is that one? Before, before static block execution completes. Observe here. Observe, everything is same meaning. Everything is same meaning to us. Now let me know in how many areas we can do initialize this final static variable. At how many areas we can initialize this particular final static variable. Now observe here. Before dot class file loading completes, we have to perform initialization. Now two areas were there. First area is what? At declaration. Next, static block. These are the two areas to initialize this variable. Now observe here. Yes, I brought the point to you from where I drag this concept. Observe, within the class, if I do declare a block in this way, it is what? Instance block or anonymous instance method. Now this is one is what? Static block, anonymous static block or method. This is possible. Now it is also a type of method which is this method. Now and also we have discussed what is this final static, final static variable. They should get initialized at the time of declaration only. At the time of declaration of variable, we must provide initialization. Now Now, when the static variables will initialized at the time of dot class file loading or at static control flow execution or at static block execution. Okay. Now, observe here, if it is like normal static variable, if it is like a normal static variable, JVM will perform initialization. If you don't perform, if you don't perform initialization, if it is like final, JVM will not perform initialization. Now you are recommended or you are the responsible person to perform initialization to this final static variable. So that initialization can be done at two areas. What are those two areas? At the time of declaration and within the static block. Why only these two areas, mister? Why cannot you go for instance block? Why cannot you go for instance block? Yes, simple. Observe here. When the static variables create at the time of static control flow execution or static block execution or dot class file execution. So at the time of creation itself, I want to initialize the variable. Okay. So as part of this static block, variable value assignment also happens. Okay. Now observe here, variable at the time of declaration we can do. So first static means what? As part of static. Static block execution, and one more point here, it is what is that? Static variable execution or assignment. Okay, static variable execution or assignment. Okay, I introduced the new thing. Okay, observe here. Okay, so what is dot class file loading? Static block execution and static variable assignment. This one is what? Other one is what? Static control flow execution. Now, so at the time of creation itself, I want to initialize the variable. Okay. Now that's why these are the only two areas to perform initialization. Okay. Now observe here. Within the interface. I1, can I take a static block int I? Okay, I equals to 999. Can I take like this? Within the interface, can I take like that? Let me know. Of course, if you do write this code, it will give compile time error. What is this static block? Anonymous static method. Interface will always contain what? Only abstract methods. Abstract method means what? Just a declaration. And just a declaration, no scopes. Scopes always represents what? Implementation area. So static block, that is a method, anonymous method with implementation not possible within the interface. So it is compile time error. So you cannot perform initialization to final static variables within the static block. Okay. Now the only allowed area to the programmer to perform initialization to final static variable is what? At the time of declaration. Now observe here, that's why you are recommended to perform initialization to interface variables at the time of declaration only. At the time of declaration you must provide initialization. That's why this one, surely they will ask these things. Okay, you just use this analyzed reason. Okay, this is a pure exact one. Okay, so what is that? Static variables will get created at static control flow execution or static block execution or static variable assignment, or else dot class file loading. Getting? So they will get created before a dot class file completes. Getting? Or static control flow execution completes, or static block execution completes, otherwise or and static variable assignment completes. Okay, so before this execution completes, you have to perform initialization. Now let us take the static block. Can we write the static block within the interface? No. Why? Static block is also anonymous static method. You cannot perform initialization to interface variables within the implementation area. Why? Because method itself not allowed within the interface. Getting? Within the interface, the only allowed area to you guys to perform initialization to variables of interface is what? At the time of declaration. That's it. Getting? At the time of declaration. Now observe here. Okay, now coming to the abstract, do we have any restrictions like this in abstract class? Do we have any restrictions, friends? No, we don't have any such restrictions in our abstract class. Okay, what is that? No need to perform initialization to abstract class variables at the time of declaration. Observe here. Okay, no need to. Okay, no need to perform initialization to no need to perform initialization to variables at the time of declaration. At the time of declaration. Okay, now observe here. Example is important to us. Observe here. Okay, now abstract. Okay, abstract class A. Okay, now the string string. Yes. Okay, now take a constructor. My next introducing point is constructor. Observe. Okay, int. Observe here, int, or else let me take string. Okay, now the string. Yes. Okay, now this dot yes equals to yes. Now what is this? This is called as declaration. Getting? Declaration. And this is what? A constructor, right? Constructor. Within the constructor I am initializing this one, that variable, not at the time of declaration like our interface. It is unlike to interface. Okay, now I can perform initialization to this variable at any execution part. Okay, so this is not at all the case within the abstract class. Okay, now let us go for the other one. Okay, other one. Now observe here, what is that? By default interface variables are what? Public, static, final. Getting? We have seen that one, right? Now okay, now observe this part. Okay, observe this part, simple thing. Okay, what is that? Observe. Interface methods are public, abstract by default, right? Interface methods are public, abstract by default. Okay, now other one is what? Variables, right? By default public, static, final. Getting? Now observe this part, okay, observe this part, okay. Now we are having some illegal combinations with other modifiers, okay. What is that? Observe here, what is that? And about this we have discussed in our earlier session with good detail, okay. Now observe, public means you cannot do assign, protected, private, other one is what? Default, getting? Default, okay. We don't have any access modifier, I mean you don't have any name to access modifier default, that's why we are representing that one within the anchor tag, okay. Now observe other one, abstract. Abstract means we are having some illegal combinations, okay. What are those? Final, native, strict,